I have the mind of Christ. That was Romans 8:31. Daniel 1:20 said, I have the mind of Christ. I cannot fail.
JP. Whoa. Whee, better wake up. Whoa. Better shake up, shake up. I wanna wake up.
Whoa. Good morning, guys. So today I am heading to school. It is now 6:10 a.m. and I've been up from exactly 4 o'clock. Guys, God is something else. So why it took me 2 hours to get out? Preparing breakfast, watching foolishness, a joke. But yeah, I really have to put more urgency on getting this work done. And can't play around. Can't play around. I hate crews. Yeah, so here I am off to school in full black white shoes. Listen, I tell y'all, for June, I'm coming out proper. I'm stepping into my new era and what the Lord has done. When I say this is the look what the Lord has done season. So I have a testimony. Guys, when I just got here, 8 months pregnant, nowhere to live. At the end of this testimony, when I think about it, it's not like, oh, the Lord has vindicated me and all of that. It's just that what was due to me has been paid to me. And in a sense, out of desperation, oh my gosh, my boss, out of desperation, I took this apartment, which in my mind, I was only going to stay there for a month. I told them that the max I can do is possibly 3 months. When I got in there, the place was not like what it was advertised. I was overcharged, all of these things. And when we were supposed to leave, she held onto my deposit. The amount of money that she had for me was a lot coming from Jamaica. And it really set me back moving into the other property. Anyways, here we are. 8 months later, literally 9 months later, and she finally sent back my money because she don't want to go to court because I sued her. And I probably should have held my ground and go to court, but the reality is what I wanted was to get back my money, and she has been willing to give me back my money, and that's all that matters. I could go on and on about why it was, I should have get more because of all of the stress and all of that. Lord will deal with her on that. I don't have to worry about that. I just know that what was due to me has been paid back to me in full. And obviously I wouldn't want to come and be like, I get 3 times, double for my trouble. But sometimes just being paid back what is owed to you is just enough than if you have gotten interest on it. And for me, that is enough. Like at this point, it's okay. I'm going to believe that earlier this week, especially when the month started, I've been feeling like, what is it doing? I don't even know what I'm praying for anymore. I don't know, a lot of things I just felt lost. But I feel like in the stillness of Him is where there's a lot of peace and restoration and joy, and I'm learning to maximize that and just trust the process. So yeah, that's just a little bit of it. Yes, I have a long way to the bus, unfortunately. I missed the 3 buses. So yeah, I'll catch you when I get to school. this computer room, I think. Yeah. And I've been alone for quite a number of hours, but I've been trying to really get serious on this dissertation. I feel like every time I sit down, I'm starting over, and I feel like I want to pull the hair out of my head because I don't feel like I'm progressing. I don't know. I don't know if there's a part of me that wants to be coddled through this process. I don't know if I'm thinking the right way. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. It just seems like I'm just doing, and I'm not sure what I'm doing. Guys, I have a month left, and I really am screaming for help in the sense that I don't know what I'm doing. So today I am trying to look at methodology. So with the literature review, I have to figure out the type of literature review and then the methodology that I'm using to research. I don't know if that is making sense to me, right? And so I'm just doing what I think I should be doing. I don't even know how to ask the question about the fact that it's not making any sense to me. I don't know. Guys, help. So yeah, let me just take you along again, as you have seen quite a number of those on this behind the scenes process. Again, I'm on social media, I'm on YouTube, and I don't see any content like this. I don't see people telling you that they don't know what they're doing. But this is me now, July 10th, saying I am not sure that I'm doing the right thing. I'm not sure what the right thing is. I don't know. I've done the background, which is chapter 2, and I was looking, I kind of defined the key terms a bit. I think I still think it needs a lot more work. But knowing this methodology part, if I don't know, I really don't know, guys. But here I am writing by faith because only God. My friend had shared something with me on social media as well. A few months ago, I was doing my assessments, and there's some Bible scriptures, and I was to read them and get going. So it says, I have the Holy Spirit advantage. Nothing is difficult for me. Philippians 4:13. So this that I'm doing is not difficult. Okay? The Lord is on my side. Nothing can stand against me. So no negative thought, no technical problems, nothing is going to stand against me in ensuring that this is done well at a highest distinction level. Okay? Daniel 1:20 said, I have the mind of Christ. I cannot fail. Okay? I have the mind of Christ. I cannot fail. And the final one, Romans 8:11 said, the Spirit of God is in me. My understanding is sharpened. So today, this is the one I'm going to regurgitate. Romans 8:11. The Spirit of God is in me. My understanding is sharpened. So yes, I had just said, I don't know. But I don't know because the Spirit of God is in me. And I want to believe that. I shall believe that. I can tell you, like being a Christian and having faith is almost like you're a mad person because you're trying to convince yourself that about something that is not really something. I try convince myself that I have an understanding when I know, when I feel, when I know, so I not have it. But then I can't say I know because this is what I should know. So I have to renew my mind, change your mind, shift my stinking thinking. And so, Romans 8:11, the Spirit of God is in me, my understanding is sharpened. The Spirit of God is in me, my understanding is sharpened. So, watch me do this. My topic is looking into decolonizing mental health services for Black Caribbean women who are survivors of gender-based violence. Looking at a narrative-based approach form of mental health services for these women, specifically exploring the idea that AI could offer that. So at the end of my paper, I want persons to be able to recognize why mental health services need to be decolonized for Black Caribbean women, specifically those who are survivors of gender-based violence, and how their narratives and their perspectives, the Black Caribbean woman narratives and perspective is crucial in that. So like if you're able to understand, like hear their narratives, you will recognize that the mental health services that are being offered don't necessarily fit. I don't think that, so that's what I want. I want the paper to answer why it is important to decolonize mental health services for Black Caribbean women or survivors of gender-based violence. If we were to listen to a woman like myself, a Black Caribbean woman who have experienced and survived gender-based violence, then my narrative or these narratives would properly shape mental health services for women. Like you would know what they need. And because there's not so much consideration, it's normally top-down given, based on just the structure and the power at play in global health and decision making. We recognize that these women voices don't kind of gauge or guide the help that they're given. And so if we actually listen to these women, we would recognize the pain that they carry is not so much tied to just the one experience or the experiences of gender-based violence, which is shaped by their culture because it's culturally tolerated, and we want to understand why it's culturally tolerated. Because of that, we have to look at history. What influences the culture of these people, right? Of these Caribbean women, they're African descent. That means they were forcibly taken, their ancestors were forcibly taken from one part of the world to the other. What did that do for them mentally? How did that translate or transfer intergenerationally? What's the understanding of their trauma from that, and the trauma compounded with the gender-based violence that they have increased in their lived life? And so offering support to someone with such complex trauma cannot necessarily be, it's not properly offered in the current mental health state. So like one of the biggest things is that mental health is kind of more diagnostic, it's kind of medicalized, it's kind of psychiatry kind of thing, but less of more of well-being and emotional well-being. And so when somebody is burdened or overwhelmed, it's considered depression. Like mental health for a Black Caribbean woman is something that she constantly have to be dealing with, and her mental health condition is inevitably phased or influenced by her past. So what would it require to offer help is really my question. Like what would it require to really offer sustainable or proper help? And I strongly believe that if we listen to these women, then we can kind of guide or plan the services. But again, these services are so medicalized when in these culture and contexts, medicalization is not necessarily their answer. So what then? Hence decolonizing it. We don't want that one size fits all approach, or what works in your country doesn't necessarily work for these women, because the pharmaceutical drugs don't necessarily take away the problem, it suppresses it. And the thing is, the problem that these women face are not so much of a chemical imbalance, it's more on the socio-economical conditions and the intergenerational trauma. And if that is taken into consideration, you cannot give a pill to fix that. Hence we need to decolonize it. Now I'm saying AI is this new tool that everybody that we want to digitize is faster, all of this, but we also have to acknowledge that AI is being developed in these countries that these people don't understand the culture of these women. But if we go collaboratively, and collaboration where equal shared power in the development of some AI technology, where women can narrate their story, express themselves, and it can analyze and produce a response that is not so much of go and take a pill. Is what I want to know. Is it that possible?
Wake up.